Hey allies, the finals playtest is here for the weekend and it's running exceptionally well on the ROG Ally at medium settings, starting off with 30 watt mode and 900p with the FSR2 set to quality. We do get to push over 60 frames per second some of the time, although it does mostly hang out around the 60 frames per second mark. And as this is quite a fast-paced shooter and online only, then you probably are only going to be wanting to play plugged in anyway. So we are concentrating on that 30 watt mode here. FSR2 is actually quite well integrated, although we do still see a fair amount of fuzziness around those reflections, definitely letting us know that FSR2 is in place, which is a shame because the performance boost that we get with FSR on the finals is actually incredibly good. The destruction in this game is absolutely immense. There's building parts flying everywhere all of the time, and you can always blow a hole in the wall to make your own way through on many of the levels. Especially a little bit later in some of the more picturesque settings with loads of fog effect, as well as all the other effects going off, it really does start to struggle a little bit, pushing around the 50 frames per second mark. But if you do want to have that little bit extra clarity, then Intel XeSS is definitely the way to go. FSR2 still looks absolutely gorgeous though, and with all the fog effects, FSR2 can still dip around the 50 frames per second mark, but if you do want that extra clarity, then XeSS definitely smooths things up a little bit at the cost of a few more frames. I really do like the look of the XeSS quality modes though recently, especially as it reduces a lot more of that fuzziness. However, you will need to take the drop of those extra 5 frames per second roughly, or drop it down to 720 to make sure that you push over that 60 frames per second range. Even FSR2 quality at 900p can't hold over 60 with a lot of the fog effects going on, especially when there's loads of destruction as well. So it really will be a choice of 720 pushing over 60 frames per second at 30 watts with FSR2 balanced quality or XeSS, or taking the dips and having a slightly better looking game. Let us know in the comments below if you're going to be diving into the finals while the playtest is in full swing, whether you're going to be waiting for the full game. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.
Only one contestant left. A shiny new ball.